Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to refinish these center caps on a Jeep Wrangler. This one here is actually a 2001 TJ, but these same caps were used on the YJ, I believe also on some Cherokees, but it's not only for these caps, just Jeep Wranglers in general. If you have like this kind of matted, kind of silverish aluminum colored plastic center caps, sometimes they can get scratched up, and that's what we're going to refinish in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. As we come in close on this one, you can see it's scratched up right here. It's peeling in here. And that'll happen, you know, just from hitting the curb, getting it scuffed up that way. Also, if you're going off-road with rocks and dirt and stuff rubbing up against there, scratching it up, it can get messed up. A lot of people don't care. I like mine to look all nice and silver. But here's a closer look. You can see how it's peeling off. You can just see the plastic showing. So we're going to refinish that and make it look all nice and that aluminum color again. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to remove this center cap right here. You can't pull it off on this one here. It's locked on. If you try to pull on it here, you're going to break it off because it's screwed on from the back. So the first thing we need to do is we need to remove this wheel so we can unscrew it from the back, then take it off, and then we can prep it, paint it, put it back on. So I'm going to take this off. These are 3/4 inch lug nuts right here. So I'm going to use a 3/4 inch socket. We're going to pop those off with an impact wrench, and then we'll take that off and remove it. Let's lay this down. And I'm going to get a close up here, but there's 3 8mm screws that hold that cap on that we need to remove so we can take that off. There's one here, one here. There should be one here, but it's missing. And then you just have these two little studs right here that just line up with the holes. But let's take these off. Let's raise it up so we can pop it off. Let's take this. And now it comes right off. Now that it's unscrewed, you can take it off. So next thing I'm going to do, we're going to clean this off real good. We're going to wash it off, sand off any loose paint and debris, and then we're going to spray it. But let me show you the paint that I'm going to be using, which is a perfect match for this kind of aluminum color that Jeep used on these. I found this right here. This is just a Walmart brand. It's called Rust Control. It's made by Walmart. It kind of looks like Rust-Oleum, but it's not. But this is their, if we look here, you can see that is their aluminum color. This particular one here is really good because it adheres very well. You don't need to prime it. And on top of that, it dries and it matches that silverish aluminum color that's used on a lot of these older Jeeps with the rim colors. So let's go ahead and prep that cap so we can spray this on there and wrap this up. This particular center cap is not too bad, like the flaking's not too bad. So I'm not going to use a very heavy grit sandpaper. We're going to use a very light grit, like around a 300 grit, just to lightly smooth out any imperfections. Now you got to be careful with this center cap right here that says Jeep. You can't pop it off because it's glued on back there. You're going to break it. So what I'm going to do is just mask it off. But when we're sanding it, you want to be careful that you don't scratch it up. So I'm going to get the 300 grit sandpaper. We're going to go all along here, clean all that off, and then we're going to wash this real good, dry it, and then get ready to apply the paint to it. Using 320 grit, we're just lightly going to sand it. I don't want to damage anything. And any imperfections, we're just going to go over and just smooth it out before we wash it. It's already looking smoother right here. But I'm going to do this, and then we'll be back to take a look at it. Everything has been sanded down. Everything is nice and smooth, blended. We went around here. Had a little imperfection there. I sanded it down as much as I could, but this is all nice and smooth. So I'm going to take it over. We're going to just take a little bit of detergent, wash it off real good, dry it, and then we'll mask around here and then spray it. Everything has been washed real good, dried. It's ready to go. So let's mask this off. Oops, a little bit there. But let's mask this off and then spray it down. Here's how I masked it. I just took some painter's tape and just followed along the edge while tucking it down in there and then bringing it around. So that way that emblem is completely covered. You can see it right there. All nice and safe. So let's head over and start applying the paint. We're going to apply it real light. You don't want to overdo it. Just do a couple thin light coats. Let it really coat it nice and smooth. You don't want it running and all that stuff. We'll just come around like this. And just real light. And that's it. We're going to let it dry a little bit, and then we'll be back to give it a second coat. Okay, we're ready for our second coat, and you don't want to let it dry too long. I just let it dry for about 15 minutes till it starts to get a tackiness to it. Hold the can about 12 to 16 inches away. It's looking really good. And I think this is it. We'll let it dry and then we'll take a look at it. It went on very well. You can see it's looking really good. We're letting it dry now, and then we'll take it out and put it on the vehicle, but definitely turning out really nice. You can see that nice color, nice even coats. If we come up close, you can see that because of us doing multiple thin coats instead of heavy, it's nice and smooth with no runs or anything. So we'll let it dry and then we'll be back to remove the masking off and then put it back on the vehicle. Just remove the masking off of it. You can see how nice that looks, the emblem, all that was protected. Looks really good. So we're letting it dry now and then we'll wrap it up. All right, just finished putting it on. You can see how nice this looks right here. Let me get the camera in here up close and I'll show you how nice it looks. Then we'll put the wheel on and wrap this up. Beautiful, nice and silver. No more scuffs all over it like it had before, where you could see the plastic. And as we pull back here, you can see how it matches it perfect. Now, this rim here is a little bit faded, so that's a little more vibrant, but that is the right color for it as we showed earlier. But this rim probably needs to be polished up real good to match it better, but you can see here if we get up close. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Come back here. Now, if we come down here to this other one, now this other one's dirty, but you can see because that one's not scuffed up, that's how it should look. So now you look at that. We come over to this one. Perfect. Perfect match. So let's get the wheel on and we'll wrap this up. All right, everything is on, looks beautiful. That wraps up this quick and easy video on how to refinish these center caps on your Jeep Wrangler or Cherokee. I believe different ones use this center cap. Other Jeep center caps, as long as they're this same kind of color, this aluminum color, that'll work using that same paint that we showed earlier in the video that you can just get at Walmart. Looks beautiful, Looks brand new. All the scratches and scuffs are gone. Just to recap real quick, we lightly sanded it with 320 grit sandpaper. Got it nice and smooth, washed it real good, let it dry. You don't need to prime it because this has a primer in it. Painted it up. Want to make sure you mask that very well. You don't want to be getting paint on that, and you don't want to try to remove that because that can crack because it's glued on there. But it looks beautiful. That wraps it up. I hope that this video was informative for you and helped you out if you're trying to make your center caps look nice again. Please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. Having a hard time speaking there, but please send me any questions and comments. I would love to hear from you. As mentioned before, check out some of my other Jeep Wrangler videos down in the description. I also have a YJ in there as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. I'll see you next time.